on FBA. But I started to dig around a little more because when I first started out 5 years ago, it's just like everything. It was one way and it seemed to be really, really good for sellers. And then it starts to, every year it gets worse and worse, it seems like. And what I mean by that is the fee structure. And if you think you have issues with eBay's fee structure, try Amazon's. You will never figure it out. Everybody, welcome. Mike, the Golden State Picker again. Today, we're going to talk Amazon FBA books. We're going to show you some stuff I found and some stuff I sold, but the primary purpose here is books, so stick around. This is important for people who are doing Amazon or who are thinking of doing Amazon or are curious about Amazon. Here at this channel, we give it to you straight. We don't mix punches. We don't do anything like that. We don't try to trick you. We're here to show you the reality of Amazon and the reality of eBay and let you decide if it's worth it for you. And I'm going to show you a few things today on Amazon, mostly books, and give you my take on what's going on and how I feel some things I'm doing are changing a little bit when it comes to books. And I will talk about that in a minute in this video. We're gonna get down to a couple of cool things besides books, but we got a lot of books here. But hey, don't give up on the video yet. Stick around because books, you can make some good money. I've always said a $20 bill, if I was holding a $20 bill, is a $20 bill. Doesn't matter if it's a book or a piece of glass or, a piece of electronics. It's still $20. So sometimes this is what I'm saying. Branch out, get out there and think a little bit. I have to do the same thing. I have to think about areas that I'm not very good at because I might be missing a lot of things, and I feel like I'm missing a lot of things, and that's a good thing to have. If you're having that feeling, that means, hey, there's potential out there. I want to have potential in every category, and I want to learn every category. And so books, if you're not doing books, stick around, watch this a little bit, and see if it's more for you or not for you. There's two ways to sell them, Amazon or eBay, and there's some other sites, but the big ones are Amazon and eBay, and there's books, there's all kinds of them, but we're gonna talk about mostly Amazon and eBay in this video, okay? So I'm gonna first show you a couple things I got. I found this one to be interesting. This one was $4.99, okay? And you can see it's pretty cool, and I have seen it before. It's this handle. This handle's a tip, right? And the color, and it is Dansk, and from Denmark, so it's that mid-century modern look. Right now, everything that's mid-century modern seems to be flying, especially furniture. If you can find some mid-century modern furniture, it's hot. It's red hot, at least in my area. Tell me if it's hot in your area or what furniture you sell, if you do sell it in your area. Because here, like I said, mid-century modern. I think back east, it's a little more country, a little more, the flavor of the South, that kind of thing. But out here, it seems to be mid-century modern. This is enamel, I think, is what this is. You let me know if I'm wrong, but this spot is not much. It's probably about $35 to $45. So, but I do like the look of it. Okay, let's just talk two items that I found today in the bins. And I found one that's really, I think, is very cool. It is Elton John Jewel Box. I just didn't know he had this one. And it is basically about 7 CDs, and it discusses rarities and deep cuts. And you got a CD. It looks very cool. I almost wanted to keep it, but again, I can get almost everything on Elton John on Apple Play and Spotify and all that kind of stuff. But very nice, very interesting. And this will get me about $70, okay? So $70 here. And I'm trying to show you because everybody asks me, this is what it's gonna be about, the bins, right? I pay $100 for them. So these are the things I'm talking about that will pay for a bin. And then we're gonna talk about Amazon and what happens there with the rest of the stuff that I don't sell on Amazon. This, I knew right away, this is a cool book. It's a cool book. It's not worth a lot of money, but take a look. Can anybody guess without even looking at who it is? I knew right away because it's a photographer and he's out of Carmel. He is from the Weston family. Edward is his father. This is Brett Weston, and it's like a coffee table book. And Brett Weston is great. They have I'm telling you, if you ever come to my area, and you've got to come to California and you want to see it, it's beautiful. It is absolutely amazing. One of the areas you have to hit is from Monterey to Carmel, all the way down Big Sur. You can get down. Sometimes the road is closed due to the weather, all that kind of stuff, mudslides. But if you can get down along that coast, Garapata Beach, which is just past Carmel, amazing coastline, okay? And Carmel is beautiful, and that's where Weston and Ansel Adams and all of them were out of. And Weston, Edward, had a very small little cottage there. You'll see a lot of really cool, cute little houses in Carmel. They're expensive, but they are very unique. And this is Edward. I mean, this is Brett, this is his son. And he is, Brett, I don't know. He doesn't get the respect. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. But Ansel Adams is the guy for black and white. Everybody knows. But I'm telling you, you look at some of these stunning beaches here. We just talked about Garapata Beach. There it is, right there. That's it. This one on my thumb side. You can see it. We have some of the most beautiful, amazing coastline. This is about $40 to $50 in that range. So we got 40 to 50. Take away the fees. Those two items are going to pay for a bin. That's how we work. If you want to know more about the bins, I'm not going to explain it. Go down to my video playlist below this video. Open it up and look for FBA books or FBA Amazon. Click there and you'll see me in front of some books, and look at one of those videos that'll give you a good idea of what's happening with the bins, okay? Now, we're going to get into my take on what's going on with Amazon FBA, how I'm starting to approach it a little bit differently from my standpoint. Now, you just heard me talk about how I paid for the bin, right? That one paid for one bin today. I can tell you throughout this year, 2024, that every bin that I have gotten has been paid for many times over by the stuff I have sold on eBay, okay? If you remember, I got one album, The Beatles, and it was in there, and we sold it for $1,300. So that is takeaway fees and everything. Let's call it 10 bins. So that one album that I found in my bin sold and paid for 10. So that's what I'm talking about. Now, I take the rest of the books and I put them on Amazon FBA. But I started to dig around a little more because when I first started out 5 years ago, it's just like everything. It was one way, and it seemed to be really, really good for sellers. And then it starts to, every year it gets worse and worse, it seems like. And what I mean by that is the fee structure. And if you think you have issues with eBay's fee structure, try Amazon's. You will never figure it out. They have an Amazon sellers forum. It's very interesting. Inside this sellers forum, they got everybody asking all kinds of questions, and it is a giant mess. There is so much going on that nobody can figure it out. Nobody can figure out the fees. Nobody can figure out long-term storage fees exactly. It's confusing as all get out. I use it basically because I know how my bins work. So I don't care. I just push the stuff I can in and make as much money as I can throughout the year. You hear me talk about that. This is not every single day, but over the year. And we're going to show you the numbers today to kind of give you the flavor of what I'm about to talk about. And that is what these things I've sold and why I'm not selling a lot of these now on Amazon. I'm sticking more to eBay on certain types of books. And it's all about the fee structure. Basically, eBay's total fee structure for me, that is shipping, fees, the whole 9 yards. If I sold a $100 item, it's generally about 30%. That's shipping and everything, okay? Giving you a rough ballpark. So I take home about 70%, so $70 of the 100. Now, I'm gonna put up here my totals for the first part of this year, basically 9 months of Amazon FBA. You're gonna see it, I'm gonna talk about it. So I had a total sales so far for 9 months of 2024 of $128,777. My outflows, that is the fees, everything else you want to talk about with Amazon. It's not just simple 10% fees. There's referral fee. There's all shipping. There's all kinds of stuff. $80,323, leaving me $51,697 for the first 9 months of 2024. That's in my bank account. Interesting, right? So what percentage is that? 62%. Amazon is taking 62% of my sales, and it's going towards storage fees, long-term storage fees, you name it. It's all kinds of stuff. It's so convoluted and so crazy, you can't figure it out. And nobody will be able to tell you exactly. And I think it's meant to be that way sometimes, because they just don't want you to figure it all out, So there you go. Let me know if you're doing Amazon FBA, what you're seeing, because this is what I'm seeing. Okay, it's straight out, flat out, straight up honest with you. There you go. Right now, let's break it down just a little bit. That is basically $1,325 in my bank account every week so far on average with Amazon FBA. Okay, so $5,200 a month goes in. And for my purposes, that's fine, because you see how I do. You hear me talk about all the other stuff with eBay. Now, we're going to get into these books in a second that I sold, and we're going to talk about them. Now, one of the biggest issues that many people have with Amazon is it's a very liberal return policy. You think you get 1 or 2 returns a month here or there on eBay and you about lose your lunch. Try this. And I feel like I don't have nearly as many returns. So if you're doing Amazon FBA, check your returns, check your numbers against mine. Just compare. I need to know. Put a comment down below and let me know what you think. Basically, for the first 9 months of 2024, I have had 259 returns from my sales. Okay, that works out to 28 a month, or about 1 a day. So 1 return a day. I can tell you the last month or so has been a little bit better. I have not had nearly as many returns, but on overall average, it works out to about 1 a day, or so far 259 returns. And I went in and looked. You can go in and look at your FBA returns and see why. Many of them ordered it wrong, didn't need it. I mean, there's just all kinds of it. It's just like, I don't know what's happening. This is the problem. eBay, you can see what's happening to your product because you're in contact with the customer. Amazon, you're not. The return when you're doing FBA is straight through Amazon. I do not know how people make it doing Amazon FBM, and you're a big bookseller or anybody, because you have to handle all the returns. You have to handle everything like that. And I bet you mentally, the returns coming through. I used to watch, I still do. Boy, I forgot his name. I think it's Bearded Picker. I think he's out of Alabama. Oh my gosh, now I probably blew it. But if I'm getting it wrong, let me know. I used to watch him. He'd get his Amazon returns, and he'd have a laugh. He'd do a video talking about his returns. And it's just hilarious. Stuff would be damaged, all kinds of stuff. He was doing FBM on a lot of things. So I don't know how you can make it doing FBM. That would mean I have to store all these books that I have, and I can't do that. So I'm perfectly happy with what is going on as far as I understand my business and what I'm trying to achieve. But all I'm trying to say to you is, if you're starting with Amazon FBA, or you want to, this is what you're up against. You see my numbers, okay? You see how I pay for my bins, and you're going to have to ride this off, because remember, I don't have any real cost on the Amazon side, and I'm still 51. Now, if you had cost, you'd have to take that out of that 51. So keep that in mind. All right. Hopefully that helps you, gives you a general idea, because we're now going to talk about what I'm doing. Okay. It starts with textbooks mostly. Now, as a seller on Amazon FBA, you can be blocked, especially if you're new. That's a major problem. You could be there 5 years like me and then start getting blocked in certain categories. It can happen, and you don't know why. Okay? All of a sudden, something goes wrong. And you're seeing more of that on Amazon where these publishers and these rights holders are taking a little more initiative and blocking a lot of people, especially people who, I've seen it, people 10, 15 years, all of a sudden their inventory is stranded because somebody has blocked them and said you can't sell it, and they've had 500 books from a certain publisher in, and they all have to be disposed of, or you have to call for them back. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and you just don't know, okay? It just doesn't make any sense. You're not going to get any answers. It's going to be difficult. So this is what I'm doing, all right? Here's a classic example. This is Essentials of Maternity, Newborn, and Women's Health Nursing, 5th edition. Textbooks, there are so many editions, but some editions that are a little bit older still can be used. Homeschoolers still can be used by some colleges. The professors will say you can use either the 5th or the 6th. You know, they give you a little leeway. So some will continue to sell, and you're going to see that here. Now, this maternity one, I got $30 plus free shipping. Now, all of these have been looked at. A couple of them have been blocked. Some aren't. And they've all been looked at to compare to that 62% rule that you're hearing me, and the 30% rule on eBay. And I'm just trying to figure out, and the returns. So I'm taking all three things and putting them together and trying to figure it out, make condition, everything like that. And that's what I'm doing. So this one is eBay. You're going to see I went a big time here on eBay on a bunch of these. Sold them quickly. That's the other thing. I sold them fast. You've heard me talk about Scout IQ. That is in my big Amazon FBA book videos. The app that I use to scan these books that give me an e-score that tell me how fast a book will sell on Amazon. That's another thing. So there's a lot of factors that play into this book game that we do with Amazon FBA. And now I'm starting to sit back and say, okay, let me think about this a little bit more, and let me see if I'm controlling this book, not having a return, because most of the returns, they get disposed of, or they say they're damaged or something like that. So you just don't know. When this book goes into Amazon, it can be bounced around to several hubs. It could be saying, this book could go, they could tell you, you got 30 books in a box, send this box because I'm paying for placement. I want it to go straight to one warehouse. So 30 books go to Albuquerque. Then from there, 10 of them can be shipped around the country. So it's getting handled a lot. You don't know if it gets damaged. A lot of things. So that's what I'm talking about. That was $30. All right. I'm going to be careful here. I'm just going to go through a bunch of these. Advanced Engineering Mathematics. Super nice book. And $90 plus $11 shipping. Okay, so keep your eyes out. You've got to just keep your eye out for books. That's all I can tell you. Just keep wandering around and looking at various garage sales. If you're in college towns, hook up with the colleges somehow. Try to figure out if you could buy some of them. All that kind of stuff, okay? Now, I'm also doing books that wouldn't sell very well on Amazon. This is Aerodynamics, a book on aerodynamics used. You could see it. And this book didn't get a whole lot of money, if I can find it now. Aerodynamics, $15 plus $8 on the shipping side. You can see that I'm starting to sell just everything now, and it's all adding up. And I'm looking at my numbers and I'm comparing to last year. What's going on here, Mike? And I'm about the same. And I'm more than happy with that. As much time as I take away from here and go back east to North Carolina and do other things, perfectly happy. Look at this. There's an old calculator book for a TI 92 scientific calculator. Okay, this is by Texas Instruments. And this one was 15 again, plus 7. So it all adds up. Think positively about your whole thing, your whole business. And there's 2 books for 30, and 30 times 365. And you get what I'm trying to get at here, just on that alone. Then get to $100 a day, $36,500 a year. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here's another one. Don't forget some of this stuff. This goes quickly, meaning it goes it's almost like it's an expiration date, but this is the Catholic High School entrance exam. And you got to make sure that there's no writing in these, right? That is a big factor too. So if there's no writing and it's clear, and I'm looking through here, And I don't see any writing. I'm just double checking as I'm talking to you guys. I'm going, okay, yeah, make sure. And this is the Catholic one. And where did it go? I think it sold for $50. I don't know why. 50 plus 7. So that was a nice one. We got to start stacking these a little bit here. All right, let's just go off of that, out of the textbook into Dogman. Here is the Dogman series. Finally found I found the first one. You would think you would find the first one. I was having the hardest time to complete this set because I needed Dogman #1, and I finally got it. And it sold quickly. Now, I made a mistake here. And what I mean by that, just so you can understand, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to look for it. It sold for 28. It should have sold for 32. Somebody gave me an offer for 28. I went to go to decline because I know it's going to sell for 32. And I somehow hit the accept, and I got 18 for shipping. So I've got this shipping part down with the Dogman. It's about $18 on the medium mail side. So every time I get 10 or 11, if I get another 12 or 13, because I can get 13 or 14, then I might add $1 or $2 on the medium mail. So Dogman is a good lot. It's a steady lot, nice steady lot. Older books, Ralph Waldo Emerson, volume 1 and 2, complete works. Hey, everybody thinks, oh, old must be worth money. Not necessarily. There's some newer books that are like that textbook that's worth more than this one. Emerson was $22 plus $12 on the shipping side. So, not off the charts. We're going to go that's going to be last. Here we go. We're going to breeze through these. Oh, let's hit, let's go right here. Here's another one. Fundamentals of Microelectronics. Nice little textbook. Fundamentals of Microelectronics, 58 plus 9. I think the total here on these textbooks, I'm going to show you about $340 worth of value in these textbooks. Here's another one. Look at this one. Nice big thick one. Algebra and Trigonometry. And this one got 90 plus free shipping. And another thing is, don't be afraid. Look at your condition. This is really good condition. So that helps you. If you have really good condition books, they're going to sell. And just got to be priced right. Now, you have to also remember when you're doing this is be very careful. Once you start to see offers come in, you're going to see some lowball jobs come in. I set best offer on everything. It's either that or you're going to have to answer messages. Will you take in a message? And then you got to go set it and change it. I think it's just, some people will say, well, Mike, you can set the lowest possible. That's a pain. I got to do it for everyone or whatever. I just really just put best offer on and I have to deal with it. It's part of doing business. But now, when you see somebody give you an offer, say this is 90 and they come in at 40, look at their feedback totals. If they got 28,500 feedback, I guarantee you he is a book reseller himself, and he's probably trying to flip that book, make a few bucks on Amazon. He's not going to make 50, he's going to make 10. He's working on the big volume side of doing books. So if you get a couple of those, guess what that's telling you? The book is going to sell for pretty close to your price. Do not give it away. Just be patient, wait, and it will sell. Those guys know it, okay? They're trying to act really quick. It's like the ink and toner guys. Once you get that up, if you get it, they're going to be like sharks on you. They're going to come quick. So that's a good sign. That's telling you you've got the goods, okay? Keep that in mind. Chemical Principles, The Quest for Insight, and Chemical Principles, 30 plus free shipping on that one. Put that there. We got one more down here just to flip and show you, and then we'll show you a couple other things. Here we go. Fundamentals of Physics, another nice little book. And this one was 40 plus 9 on the shipping. Nice. All right, that should be pretty much the book side. So let's get into a couple other things that are kind of cool that I want to show you. But I want to show you the first thing that I don't have here, but I already have it pre-boxed. It's behind here. It's behind there. It is a vacuum cleaner, and I think it's Miele, M-I-E-L-E. I don't know how to say that, but I hope I am pronouncing it. I think it's Swedish or something like that. European for sure. And the vacuum was $165, plus he paid, or she, $34 for calculated shipping. That's pre-boxed, and that's when I use calculated shipping. When do I use free shipping? When you're looking at all the books that are up and they're all pretty much free, you might want to go free. You got to play it. You could drop the price, say it's $90 free shipping. You can go $89.95. I mean, you can go $79.95 and add $10 shipping. It's all psychological how you want to play it, and everybody is different, and I play it differently. But most of the time, I do have shipping on my items most of the time. Golf. Let's get into golf. One golf item. This is a brand you're looking for, PXG. These are head covers. This was in a golf bag, a PXG golf bag that I'm selling locally. Someone's coming to pick that up tonight. And these were inside the golf bag. I paid $12.99 or something like that for the golf bag at Savers. Now, here's a head cover. Not a big amount of money, but the PXG is $14 plus free shipping. So this almost paid for the golf bag is what it comes. I've got a couple more head covers, which will go and pay for the bag. So essentially, these are taking care of that. And I'm going to give you something. It's interesting. So PXG is a very good brand. And what's interesting, I don't know if I can do it here. Yeah, there it goes. You can't see it. You can barely see it. See it? It's magnetic. It's got a little magnetic thing here, which is kind of an extra little touch. And so the golf cart has the metal pole, and you can put that there, and then, instead of having it fall or something. Interesting little thing. You heard it just click. It just grabbed onto my washing machine. All right. Flutes, musical instruments. Here it is. It's a flute. I just told you what it is now. It's a Yamaha, good brand. And again, flutes are all over the place, just like anything else. Let me get it like this. Here it goes. There you go. And you can just put it in good condition. You can check the valves. That's all you can do. I don't know how to play it, and it's a Yamaha flute. I do know I paid, I think, $10.99 at Savers. This is a student flute, and I still got good money. I got $100 plus $15 on the shipping side for that. And I believe, we got a couple more. It's wrapped up, but this is by a company called Grove something. I can't remember. There it is. It's basically a little platform disc for charging phones, like the iPhone. So I got a charging station in it. And I got this from a Honey Hole thrift store in a bundle. And the charging was $35 plus $10 on the shipping. So nice little one there. I'm going to save that one for last because it's just kind of different. Here we go. And this is Well Putt. And it is a putting pad for golfers. It unrolls. This one happens to be brand new. And there's several versions of this. You've got to really make sure when you're looking for your item specifics and you're trying to get somebody else's ad, make sure you get the right one. You don't want to get the wrong one and then you have a problem because they might have made a subtle difference on an earlier version or, so forth. This sold for $45 plus $16 on the shipping side. I really like that. I like stuff golf related. Now, I was at a garage sale and I managed to pick up a Case Logic case that had a bunch of cassettes in it. And genres are big when it comes to cassettes. And one of the categories is rap and that kind of stuff. And here it is. And oldies. But anyhow, I got several. There was probably about 8 or 10 rap type ones, 2 Live Crew, that kind of thing. And some were, I never heard of this one, A Lighter Shade of Brown. Never heard of this, Brown and Proud. Very cool cassette. We got $25 plus $6 shipping. And I paid $10 for the entire thing. The cassette case should sell for about $23, I think. So I made good money. I sold a bunch of cassettes. I sold several for $25. And I got one more left with this, which is a good one. It's just Kiss sealed. So I'm waiting for that one to sell. And when I do, I will let you know. There you go. Hope you got something today. That's the key. Just get 1 or 2 things from a video that will help you. Hopefully, when it comes to books, you got a little idea where I'm thinking, how I'm working. It does help that I even show you my numbers because you're going, hey, here's Mike. Hey, can I make it work? Can I not make it work? Mike gets a lot of bins, all that. Just think about it. Just gives you something to, hang a hat on. All right, we really do appreciate you guys. It's a lot of fun doing these videos. I hope you hit the bell, the like, the subscribe, all that kind of stuff to get videos from me. I only do it twice a week. That's all we ask. So until the next video, thank you, everybody.